Good morning, everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and fit. It's my great pleasure to be with you, all of you, for sharing the views about the English language. You know, friends, today, nowadays, English has become a very important part in everyone's life. While we consider about the language, then each and every one of you might be having 2 to 3 languages. Maybe you might be aware about Hindi, maybe you might be aware about your mother tongue, but at the same time, English is also very important. So when we see the English as a language, then surely it will become very easy. By now, we have considered English as a subject and we have studied English as a subject only. The moment we change our perception towards subject to the language, then surely we don't have any problem to learn anything else in the world. Now the question arises, to whom and why English is essential to be learnt? Now I'm going to ask you the question. The question is, in which profession you are? You may see or you may share the answers. You might be the students, you might be a teacher, you might be a businessman, or you might be taking the studies of your children, or you might be perceiving any competitive examination. So English is very important in every field. Some of you might say that I understand English, I read English and I write English, but I am unable to communicate in English and I am unable to talk in English. Do you know why it happens? What is the reason behind that? I'll share you how we have learnt our language and how we have learnt English language. So there is a slight difference. We have learnt the Marathi language, Kannada language, Telugu language or Hindi language in certain hierarchy, in certain sequence. Now what are those sequences? For example, when we consider about English language or when we consider about other languages that you have learnt, we'll just take some examples of Kannada, Hindi, Telugu or any other languages. We'll just take one example of Marathi language, how we have learnt Marathi language. First of all, we have gone through certain skills, listening, speaking, reading and writing. So these are certain skills that we have accommodated, we have imbibed through learning the languages. Now what are these LSRWs? When we are or when you all were a child, you just remember what exactly has happened. Let's consider that you are 1 year boy or girl. You have listened the words of your parents. Then after that, you have started to communicate. First procedure that you have done, that is listening. And second procedure, you have started to communicate one word. Maybe mummy, papa, abba, baba. The moment you change your speaking, then you have gone ahead with reading. Then you might have taken admission in the schools. Then they have taught what is exactly the reading. Then after that, you have started writing. These are the standard SOPs for learning any language. And what is about English? What we have done in other language, the exact reverse we are doing in English language. First of all, we have started writing directly in English. Then we have started reading English. Then there is no point of listening and speaking. We have kept it at the 4th number. So the number has to be at the top. So these are certain things that is missing somewhere else. So that's why we have not yet cope up with the English language. So I am Devendra sir, will help you out to know, to learn the language, to be in the best possibilities way that you do understand. I'll try to elaborate, I'll try to articulate the way you do understand, and that will become very easier for you to know the language and to learn the language. So now for learning any language, what is the important part for learning any language? First of all, there are certain things that we need to know about the language. Let's go ahead with the language with the help of some of the parts that we are going to discuss today. Now what are those things that we would be discussing in the first video? We will start with the action. We'll start with the action plan. We'll start with one of the grammar topic, that is tense. So let's start the first grammar topic of our English, that is tense. So now you might be having some doubts what exactly tense and how it would be. You have already learnt in your studies, you have already learnt in your schooling, you have already gone through in preparation of while preparing your competitive exams. Then what is new over here that you would be getting? Yes, after watching this video, you will be having a link of worksheet which will help you to know your level of studies. So stay tuned till the end. Don't miss any single part over this from this video. So let's start with the tense. So now friends, what is tense? Tense is nothing but time. Now time of what? Time of any action. Now action means what? Any act, any action that may happen. So now we have three types of the action. The three types of the actions are, one is the action might have happened yesterday, or the action which is going to happen today, or the action which will take place tomorrow. If we consider about the past, if we consider about the yesterday's action, we'll just call it as a past. If we consider about today's action, we'll call it as a present. And if we consider about tomorrow's action, we'll call it as a future. So let's start the present tense. The first tense of English, we'll start with present tense. So what is present tense? Present tense is the tense which is used for the action which happens every day or which happens in the present time. So in present tense, we have certain types. Number 1, simple present tense. Number 2, present continuous tense. Number 3, present perfect tense. Number 4, present perfect continuous tense. So let's start with the first one, that is simple present tense. Now what is exactly simple present tense and what are the usages of simple present tense? That we will discuss. Number 1, simple present tense. Simple present tense is used for habitual action. So what are those habitual actions? Or we will just call it as a daily routine. So what are those daily routines? So whatever we do in a whole day, that will be considered as the daily action. That will be considered as a daily routine. That will be considered as a habitual action. So since morning to night, if you are going to repeat the same action, daily it is going to happen. So for that we use simple present tense, habitual action or daily routine. For example, he drinks a cup of coffee every day. You brush your teeth daily. She wakes up around 5 AM every day. We all do the exercises daily. So this is what the simple present tense daily action or habitual action. Now we'll go ahead with the next one. That is present tense is used for general truths or universal truths. So whatever general truth you find, for expressing that we need to use it as a simple present tense in general truth or universal truth. For example, the sun rises in the east or the sun sets in the west. Honey is sweet. The earth revolves around the sun. So these are certain examples that will be used for general truths or universal truth. Now what is there that we could say it as a general truth? For example, if sun rises in the east, if we consider about this example, it rises in the east everywhere across the globe. Now let's consider about the next usage of simple present tense. Simple present tense is used for the exclamatory sentence. To express something else in the exclamatory sentence, we use simple present tense. For example, here she goes, here it goes, there it rains. So to express something else in the exclamatory form, we use simple present tense. Now next usage of the simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to express someone's profession, to express someone's nature, to express someone's behavior. For example, he is an engineer, she is a doctor, I am a teacher, she is a housewife, we all are students. So these are the things to express someone's profession. Now we will consider about someone's nature or behavior. simple present tense is used to express someone's nature. For example, he is a very kind person. She is very helpful. You are very selfish. I am an intelligent. Or they are. What they are? They are kind-hearted. So these are some examples that will be considered as simple present tense to express someone's profession, someone's nature, or someone's behavior. So we need to understand these usages about the simple present tense. So before going to have the next tense, we'll just go ahead with the formula of simple present tense and where exactly simple present tense is used and how we can use it with the help of the formula. Now let's take the example. She cuts the vegetables in the home. She cuts the vegetables in the kitchen. Now in this sentence, she is the subject, cuts first form of the verb, vegetables is an object, and in the kitchen or in the home is the RPS, remaining part of the sentence. So to frame any simple present tense sentence, we need to remember this formula. So what is the formula? Subject plus V1, that is first form of the verb, plus object plus remaining part of the sentence. Now we would go ahead with each and every part in detail. So what is the subject? We have different subjects. Let's consider about with the help of the pronoun, we'll try to articulate, we'll try to understand what is exactly subject. If we consider about the pronoun, that is personal pronoun, first person, nominative case, we'll take each and every pronoun, each and every word, so that it could be easier for you to understand what exactly the things are. We'll take one verb. So let's consider about the verb type. I type, we type, you type, you type, she types, he types, it types, types, any third person singular, or they type. You just need to remember this. Now while we go ahead with this, there is a small change, there is a small rule about the usage of simple present tense. Whenever the subject is third person singular, we have to add s to the verb or es to the verb. For example, if the subject is he, she, it, or we just need to add s or es to the verb. For example, do is there, so we just need to add does. He does, she does, it does, they do. If we consider about go, he goes, she goes. If we consider about the next word articulate, he articulates, she articulates, it articulates, articulates, they articulate. So whenever the subject is third person singular, add s or es to the verb only in simple present tense. The worksheet or the link of this worksheet is given below the description. Please like and subscribe and share if you like everything. Thank you very much. Learn better, live better. Thank you and have a nice day.